Oh dear, Wolves 3, Shrewsbury 2. Fair play to Shrewsbury in both games. They've made us work really, really hard for that to get through to the next round. And really, I think we should be really pleased that we're actually through. Because I think we probably only led for about 20 minutes over the both of the ties. So real fair play to Shrewsbury. They came at the blocks really, really well, despite conceding in the first minute. But we've managed to just to get through, and Bristol City in the next round is going to be a much tougher game, and maybe that'll suit us. I think we've seen a lot this season Wolves struggle against teams that they're expected to beat home and away, and Shrewsbury put so many men behind the ball, and it just took a couple of lapses in concentration and a couple of tired legs from the Shrewsbury boys at the end of the game for Wolves to break through and to get the winning goal. But I think massive credit has got to go to Matt Doherty. 3 goals in the 2 legs, and really, I think the goal before the half time in this game really got us back in the game. I think if we didn't get that, we weren't going on to win that. I think Shrewsbury would have been able to shut up shop and at least take it to extra time, I think. But going in level was very, very important. Personally, I didn't think that second goal should have actually been given. From where I was sitting, I haven't seen it again, but it looked like a possible foul on the keeper, and it seemed as if we had VAR tonight, but nothing came of it, so I assume that it was a fair goal. But I think the main talking point from today's game has got to be the poor performances from some of the players who are on the fringes at the moment. They didn't come out and they didn't perform to a level that is expected of them. Helder Costa in particular looks like half the player he was. He's so inconsistent. He's such a confidence player, and you can't afford to carry somebody like that in a Premier League squad. I know that there were links, I think, in the summer perhaps that people were interested in him. I think for his own career now, he needs a fresh start. He's clearly not anywhere near the levels that he was at 2 years ago. I think there were rumours last year about his attitude changing because he's not the big fish. He's not the best player in the team. He's amongst many other good players. He has still got the potential to go on and to meet those levels that he set a couple of years ago. But he just looks bereft at the moment of any sort of confidence. And you'd have thought that the goal at Wembley against Spurs would have spurred him on, pardon the pun, to go on and do better. But it seems to have done the opposite. Since that moment, he's been really, really poor. The games against Shrewsbury has looked terrible. His touch is off and everything. So that's Costa. Traore, I know that I get a lot of stick in the comments for my thoughts on Traore, but he's a fantastic runner. He's very quick, and he was able today. He looked really, really good at beating players, but his final ball into the box is so poor. So poor. There was a couple of times in the first half when he cut inside, but then he doesn't have a left foot, so he's not able to have a shot with his left foot. But he's not quick enough of thought to lay the ball off to somebody else. And then there was a time when they moved him onto the left, and he stopped cutting in, so then he was putting the balls in with his left foot. He's the most frustrating player I've ever watched down the Molineux in a Wolves shirt. He's the most inconsistent and really, really frustrating because he's got such potential. All he needs to work on is whipping a ball in with his right foot, because he gets past fullbacks so often, particularly against a League One team like that. He should be putting balls into the box so much. And then when he was actually beating his man, the players in the middle, so Cavaliero and Gibbs-White, I suppose, were just not anticipating a good ball in. Gibbs-White as well, I mentioned it in the previous video in the Shrewsbury game about his attitude. That's what's letting him down at the moment. He's not performing, he's not doing the simple things right, and he's then throwing his arms up in the air and sulking and blaming other people. He's got to improve. We've seen flashes of really, really good potential this season from him, and he's got to get better. He'll have the opportunity now against Bristol in a couple of weeks, but he's got to get better. I know that I've been negative, but I'm just going to focus on those 3 players. Cavaliero, I thought, played quite well today. Took his goal really, really well. Showed the gap in class, a real Premier League quality goal, the way he rolled his foot over. Similar to the goal against Reading, but still had a lot to do then. A bit of poor defending, I think, but then... but generally, we looked secure defensively in the second half. I haven't even touched on John Ruddy and his mistake, but he'll be the most relieved man in Molineux this evening. Wet ball, slippy ball. And people who are calling for him to come in for Patricio, I think perhaps will look at that and think about some of the mistakes he made at this time last year as well in the league. That, you know, I keep referring to the one against Norwich in the last minute. But we're through. That's all that matters. The FA Cup dream is still on. Bristol City in the next round, 17th of February, I think it's in the... is it? I can't remember. It's the Sunday, 12:30. It's on television. And hopefully we can have a repeat of the last visit to Ashton Gate back in the Championship. It'll be a great day, and hopefully we can see ourselves into the first quarter-final since 2003. Oh, come on, boys. And let's hope Man United and Chelsea, one of those are going out. Let's hope either Newport or Middlesbrough beat Man City as well. It'd be a fantastic achievement for either of them, and we can go on to a semi-final, a Manchester City-less semi-final. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, share the video around. I'll see you soon, boys and girls. It's good eve.